Hey y'all, so welcome into Jet Fuel Cafe. This is actually a boarding call for Gate G. I'm now hitting the 11 o'clock hour, which is good for me because I haven't been making it here until about 1 o'clock. For those of you who are burning the midnight hour, building your dreams, whatever that is, I am in Thailand. So it works out that my daylight is y'all's nighttime. So while y'all are burning the midnight hour, I'm up here working on my dreams too. So I share my work day in this space and try to make it as interactive as can be, or in hopes that y'all will join me. So once again, if you're catching a replay, feel free to skim forward at any time tonight. I think I plan to be a long flight, so we're gonna kind of jump in and out of the different gates, soaring over different topics. I dare y'all or invite you to just tap in. If you're a friend of mine, you can hit me up on however we talk, because we can hear you. I find that sometimes the best conversations and the things that I really want to share um, are the things that when people call me and we get to talking, and it's like, dang, that's some stuff I've been wanting to share or say or whatever. But also, I bring up different things to allow you to tap in and share your experience as well. So whether you're doing that by dropping something in the comments, I can, hit on that on another segment or something like that. Also, I'm just looking for this platform to grow. I've made so many connections within this week for Girl Let's Go as a whole, personal connections and different things of that nature. And this show keeps coming up. And so I'm waiting for everything to align. But in the meantime, I'm still here practicing. So if you're also just joining me, I have been practicing on how I wanted to run this show and do this podcast and do this thing that for years I always said I wanted to do, but was too afraid to do, wouldn't show up, wasn't consistent for whatever reasons. But here I am. And the coolest part about it is that I've been showing up in such a space where I'm learning at the same time, sharing at the same time, working, and also being able to connect with y'all. So it's really cool. Anyway, over the last couple of days, we've been talking about some things. So I'm going to pick up on that real quick. The countdown clock that you see today is letting you know when I'll start the next segment. So in a minute, I am going to shut up because I just want to let the screen do its thing and y'all can ask me anything. I'll come back on when the gate closes. We'll open up those comments and those conversations, and then I'll be working on the next thing. Anyway, it's really confusing. Don't worry about it. Just enjoy the show and tap in if you got a question, want to share a laugh or anything like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my coffee started because I haven't got that far in my day yet, but I am here, I am present, I am working, and I'm excited. So if y'all call me during this live on Facebook Book Messenger, um, I don't know about Facebook Messenger, but if you got me on WhatsApp, then you already know what's up. But yeah, however you tap in, you can also join the link in the comments, and that actually allows you to be a part of the show. When you comment and when you do certain things, it allows you to interact with me. So that's if you actually hit the link that's in the description. But anyway, let me go ahead and get y'all ready to taxi out. Again, this is boarding boarding call here, Gate G. Ask me anything. We'll get started in a few. Hey y'all, again, if you're just now joining me or listening in, you can always catch the replay. This is a long flight edition, so every moment of the show is not going to be filled with visuals and all of that. Sometimes it's just for you all to catch it in your feed, maybe ask a question. And when I do another segment, that way I can answer some of the things that interest you or you want to know. So this is me getting to know my audience. So I am here, I am present, I am working, but I'm also sharing space at the same time. So let's see. And I'm also doing a lot of testing. So all this reaching around different systems and different things going on, I'm just trying to get it together and get my coffee going. So I can't seem to get the day going precisely before 12 o'clock. It'd be a struggle sometimes, but it be in motion, just not the way I be wanting it to be in motion. But anyway, it's my morning, your evening, there in the States. So I'm gonna check and see if I have any questions or comments to answer in a minute. Okay, you're entering. Please enable your camera. All right, if you're scrolling, you want to go ahead and stop right now. We're pulling up to the taxiway. Um, Need y'all to go ahead and take a seat, take a window seat at that. My name is Misha with Girl Let's Go, and I do this little segment where I come through and kind of share my day with you, my workspace with you. We talk about different things if you happen to call in on the live. That adds to the depth and conversation. Um, I'm here in Thailand, and you guys, hold on. Y'all are there in the States. So this edition I like to call Jet Fuel Cafe because it's for the people that's truly up late. I believe the millionaires in the making, the ones that's up at 2. You'll find me here sometimes too, building on my dreams and just sharing everything in between. So on this segment, I am collecting information from y'all. Hopefully, if you are catching the replay, you'll leave me a comment and let me know. Just weigh in on something, but also I'll be sharing a couple different things with y'all as well. So let's go ahead and jump into it real quick. First thing up is going to be, well, it ain't gonna be the first thing. Okay, let's talk about this right here. Airplane food. We're gonna hang there for just a moment. I'm gonna leave this up on the screen for those of you who are still scrolling. But if you want to answer the question or chime in, if you're traveling right now, especially if you're in the airports right now, I want to hear from you. If you traveled in the last 10 days, I want to hear from you. But I do want to get your take on the airplane food. We can start there real quick. Nice little conversation. Tap in, friend. Um, and yeah, let me go ahead and fade out real quick. Do you honestly eat that airplane food, y'all, or are you packing? Like, what do you pack? What is in your snack pack when you go to the airport? Go ahead and drop that in the comment because there's somebody that's traveling now or getting ready to travel, and I'm sure they would love to see or know what you're packing. What's in your carry-on? Your little airport snacks. We're gonna get into this in a little bit. Hopefully, I can have some people to call in. Again, the lines are open. If you got a way to connect with me, this is your time. I'm gonna hang this question up here again. Go ahead and comment if you're on Facebook. If you want to join the show and comment in, you can definitely tap the link in the description, or you can go to girlletsgo.com and join the yellow live button at the top of the feed. But let me go ahead and get to work. Actually, I'm trying to make my coffee. This has been an all day event for me today. Damn, I got up from there and didn't even grab the coffee that I cut open. Y'all know what time it is. Jet Fuel Cafe time. I wanted to be able to give y'all some more angles today, but that part of the testing ain't working out so well. It's acting funny. Let's try to close all tabs. Y'all hear that? Anyway, that's the sound of my coffee brewing in the background. That's that Bucky's Betty blend going on. So again, the question I'm looking for is for y'all to chime in on airport food. If you got any pictures that you want to share from around the way, if you are traveling or have traveled in the last 10 days, let me know how that airport food was. Funny thing was, I did something that was really crazy. A lot of people would probably take no interest in, but I listened to some top executives on a podcast talking about airport food and how big of an industry is and how they put so much into it. And um, yeah, like I said, that's probably corny. But it really made me just wonder how y'all really take the meals though. Like I know we get in and off the plane, we complain about it, or we say that was good or whatever, but some people probably really take it to heart. Packing their edibles, whatever they're gonna be, no, not those kind of edibles, whatever they're going to be eating on the plane, packing that, you know what I'm saying, so that they can survive. Because some of us be on some long flights. So we're about 7 minutes out. I'm gonna check and see what y'all got in the comments. What did I do with my cup? Gotta add my creamer and sugar. I've been waiting on some of y'all to chime in with your bucket list daddy blends too. I ain't got not a single recipe, and I know it's a thing. Cause trying to travel and drink coffee and have coffee that tastes good at the same time, that's a thing. That truly is a thing. I found some video of me traveling with my creamers and stuff, y'all. I don't play. And you would swear I have more than one cup a day. Sometimes I might, but it's not an everyday thing for me. One cup is good enough. One good cup. Yeah. So if you haven't heard, Jet Fuel Cafe is my coffee brand. You will find it at girlletsgo.com. This coffee cup right now is exclusive. There's only four in the world right now. Okay. And two have been kind of caught up in some shipping wars, we'll say. And so, yeah, um, they'll turn up. No worries. But one, two, three, four. No, yeah, four. Yeah, so there's only four. So this is my chop drop. I told y'all about before. Okay, chopsticks coming in handy here in Thailand. But this chop drop is the perfect stirring stick for this size coffee cup. I love everything about it. And they are custom designed and earned, not bought at this point. So I'm really excited to have my elite recipients as soon as we work out the shipping and warehousing on those last two that left Thailand on its way to the United States a couple weeks ago. Y'all gonna have y'all cups. Let me pour a cup for y'all. These are my typo cups, okay? Mad at everybody who watched me from October to like December, January timeframe that didn't tell me I had a typo on my cups. It took my girl V to look one time and was like, "Baby, let me inbox you." She was like, "Let me inbox you." I didn't even do a check to see if y'all can see me on the screen well. So let me just share screen real quick. Yeah, that's probably better. But yeah, so she was like, "Let me inbox you." So yeah, I ever since it was pointed out to me, I've had an affliction with these damn cups. But it's a part of the story, okay? It's a part of what happens, and I'm owning it, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. So yes, you can get your Jet Fuel Cafe coffee at girlletsgo.com if you want to sample it. We do have some ladies who sampled it. I think we've made it to Germany, Atlanta, and I believe Texas. But yeah, we touching all over. Okay, done right. All right, so we're gonna get started in this. If you've been traveling within the last couple days, I definitely want to hear from you. I've been seeing so much about what's going on in the airport. Oh, we just had someone successfully make it through all the madness. Like we were literally watching things unfold. Like, yo, if we don't move quick, this is what's gonna happen. And sure enough, it's happening. It is happening, and I'm so glad that Bay was able to make it. We did have to change flights and routes a few different times because actually, as things were popping off, um, my household had two flights that were supposed to be coming out and through this way. So, in some cases, to get to Thailand, you do have to go into Dubai or Carter, Carter. I'm trying to learn how they say it out here because I always say Qatar, and apparently out here they say Carter. I think that's how I say it. So anyway, yeah, so that put a total, like, I mean, literally. So my daughter was supposed to fly the next day, and Big was supposed to fly the next week. So we were able to reroute things in the beginning of the catastrophe, but this it right here, yeah. So I'll check comments on this screen in a second, see what we got going. Okay, I lost everything. Oh, y'all, let me see. No, let me stay focused. Let me not y'all yet. I still gotta do it. Okay, I see comments. Okay, so Materia says, I'm careful what I eat. If you're on a long flight, the last thing that you want is your stomach turned up. Mm, I second that. Um, you cannot eat everything. I look at people's faces that taste the food before I do, and that tells me enough. Okay, so we're watching facial expressions before we dive in. What advice would you give to a traveler that is on the fence of traveling during this time while so much is going on around the world? That's a good one. All right, countdown clock just said it's time to dive into it. So, what advice would I give to a traveler that's on the fence about traveling during this time? The same advice that I give to my travelers, which is follow your heart. At the end of the day, that's all you can do. You People are going to weigh in their opinions and all of this, but only you know what you got to do. And so, if it's on you to keep moving, and whether someone fear whether it's deemed as a person fear mongering or not, whether it's living their best life or not, whatever that is that you want to call it, it doesn't matter. Let people say. But if you got to get on a flight, then get on a flight. That's just it. Um, I, some people are dying like all day, every day for many different reasons. I bet the people that was on that tarmac, just driving the truck, didn't think that it was going to come down to being hit by a plane today. You see what I'm saying? So when we're talking about should we jump on one or should we stay on the street, which one is safer for real? People, yeah. On the same token, this question is being asked by somebody who just crossed the world to make sure to be here. Because for us, the situation, not getting into a lot of politics, but taking it back to a year ago, for us, it was like, when this happens, where do you want to be? And the answer was together. And so, even though our plans were already in place, when things happen, I had two people who had actually three, but I saw a lot of people in a week's time who had to make split second decisions as to how they felt about traveling with what's going on, and I can't stand in judgment of anybody for their decision to travel, why they're traveling, or anything. So, only thing I can say is follow your heart. Not because you're trying to show up at the airport and love nowhere, but follow your heart because at the end of the day, um, you only got one life and you can die a million ways. So, unfortunately, that's it. Okay, and so what do you feel is the biggest challenge moving abroad, and why was Thailand your choice? Okay, coming in with all the questions in one sentence or two. All right, so what I feel is the biggest challenge of moving abroad. The biggest challenge of moving abroad so far has been trying to strip myself of the person that I've only known myself to be, and the ways of thinking that I've only known to think, and being open minded is not it's not being open minded that's hard for me, but it is hard to be so open that you can completely rebuild yourself from every morsel, thinking, planning, appreciating, missing, all of those things. That's been the biggest challenge because the technical parts of moving abroad are vast. There's a lot, like there's a whole, y'all, I don't even know where to start. There's a whole lot you have to learn. And even in my budget, there is a budget for mistakes, because some of these things you can only learn not because it was a mistake, but because in the process of learning you had to go through that in order to get what, you know what I mean. I hope you know what I mean, because I ain't gonna keep trying to explain it. But um that's the biggest challenge. And so it is to say that if you come moving abroad for other reasons, like you're following someone else's dream, or you're not even clear as to why you're moving, um, you're gonna find it real hard. You can't. This is not a process where, um, you're going to make it off of somebody else's tailwind. You definitely have to know your why before you even get on the plane, because before you even make it to the plane, chances are a lot of things are going to unravel and go differently than you planned, then you AI'd it, then you Googled it, then you researched it. Like the reality of it, and all the things that comes with it will break a person down if you're not strong in why you left in the first place. So, and why was Thailand my choice? So my Thailand, my choice with Thailand is because of all the places that I considered. It just gave me the biggest feeling of a neutral ground. And I'm not talking about the conflicts of unrest around the world. I'm just talking about all things considered from the world. Like I literally interviewed the world. Every place was a candidate. I wasn't turning my my attention away from any particular country. So I did like look into a lot of different places, and Thailand, like I said, it just seemed like to make a first step, which is what I needed to do. I needed to make a first step. That whether it turned out to be good, bad, indifferent, or just needed some more time to think about it, I felt like Thailand would give me the space and the time to do that. I probably shouldn't say time. Yeah, that time thing and that visa is something. But yeah, so like I consider places like Costa Rica, um, I believe it's Uruguay, Portugal, Bali, Africa. Like I literally, I looked, I was open minded enough, but some places didn't make the list at the moment just because they're a second step. Remember, like I said, the first thing that I needed to do was be able to release myself from the construct or belief that the only place that I could make or design a life that I wanted to live was in the United States. Once I opened up the capacity, the landscape rather of what that could look like and where that could take place. This isn't about whether or not I pledge allegiance to a flag or whether I am becoming an expatriate. First of all, not that anybody asked me, but expatriate, we sling that word around so much in the moving abroad community that I don't understand it, because from my time in the military, I only knew an expatriate to be somebody that gave up their citizenship. I haven't given that up. If anything, I'm exercising my right to explore. It's a beautiful world that we have. It really sucks that it's in so much chaos. Let me show y'all something that I had prepared one day, but just thinking about this little clip right here, it just to be able to go and sample different cultures, different lands, different um, norms, and all of that. It's so beautiful. It is so beautiful. And when we can connect beyond our races, where we were born, when we can share laughter, even when we don't know how to communicate with each other. Like I have shared laughter and moments and things with people of different nationalities and backgrounds, and we didn't even speak the same language. It's beautiful to be able to have that openness and that welcomeness. It reminds me of a shirt, honestly, that I had put up once, and it says "Peace, please, everywhere." It never made it to the website. I don't think it's on our website, but it's actually in our store. It's supposed to be dropped. And I never did, because at the time I created it, I didn't understand why. Like, why do you create this? Why you feel so heartfelt about it? But now, as I get ready to navigate the world, like I have border runs and different things like that I have to worry about. I want to wear my shirt that says "Peace, please, everywhere." Because, good gosh, I just want to come over and sample and see, and maybe even live there a stint. Who knows? But yeah. So that's why Thailand seemed like it was a neutral ground. I had never been to Thailand before, But that's not new to me. I had never been to Georgia before I moved there. I was in Iraq, as a matter of fact, when I chose to move to Georgia. I literally picked the spot on the map. Was like, okay, well, this ain't a community property state. No shit. I'm going right there. At the time, I was, formerly a beautician, so I always wanted to go to the Bonner Brothers hair show. So that was like a plus for me. That was the first thing I did when I got here. Let's see. Okay, so I posted this post the other day, and let me just look at these comments. Okay. Okay, so I don't think I got any. I don't think I got anything on these this airport food for Simon. So thank you so much for commenting. But we're gonna go ahead and moving on. I'm sipping on my jet fuel cafe bucket list baddie blend. So I think it's only right, y'all, to have a little intermission. We will taxi out. But I'm gonna go ahead and drop this like it's hot real quick. Make sure y'all head over to girlletsgo.com and hit the shop button. Get yourself a batch of the bucket list baddie blend. Welcome to Jet Fuel Cafe. This is all about the conversation, the connection, and let's get it. What up, y'all? This is Misha with Jet. But aren't you supposed to do like this and then move out the way though?
Yes, but I'm trying to figure out the best way.
All right. So this is Misha with Bucket List.
Tell me your baddie came up with it.
I don't care. It's not my that. Fuck it up, baby. Go turn it up and then tell me what to say and do. What up, y'all? This is Misha with Jet Fuel Cafe, and I want to know, what country are you in? What's your bucket list baddie blend? What country are you in? What up, y'all? This is Misha with Jet Fuel Cafe, and I want to know, what country are you in? What's your bucket list baddie blend?
Working out the
The
deal.
deal with the president. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This is Misha with Jet Fuel Cafe, and I want to know, girl, what is it? What?
Get. Hold on, wait, stop.
I can't post that one.
No post. Get that phrase down first.
All right, y'all. So I'm gonna board this mission right now. Have that cup of coffee and try this again later. All right, y'all. So I appreciate y'all tuning in for that segment of Jet Fuel Cafe. I'm gonna go ahead and put our sights on the next destination. So I'm going to leave y'all with this. If you happen to catch this on your screen, I would definitely love to hear from you. Past, present, or future conversations are welcome. You can also drop comments. Drop your comments. Um, and I'll get to them. I'll answer them. So I'm gonna go ahead and get to work behind the screens. Our next boarding call is about 8 minutes out, and I'll see y'all soon. Hey y'all, so real quick, I want to hit on this swim up bar just in case you're scrolling right now and you happen to see this. This is available at girlletsgo.com. This is where we're able to talk, not just travel, but just whatever we want to talk about, girls. So I invite you to come over and join us at the swim up bar. You're actually able to build your own profile as a Girl Let's Go traveler. So you'll upload your picture. You can also connect with other travelers of the past. You can meet up with new travelers. I don't want to say meet up like it's not the meetup spot, but virtually building those relationships and different things like that well before we make it into destination. So that is available at girlletsgo.com. And y'all, guess what? We need splashers. We need splashers at the swim up bar. Splashers are going to be the people that's going to come in there and help make it happen. Because let me tell you, when the pool first opens, everybody's not lined up, or at least for me, they're not. So it's humble and slow beginnings, but I'm confident that it's going to be a place that we're all going to love because it's somewhere and something that we're starting together. So, with that, I'll speak on the growth of having admins. So, if you've been looking to do some type of admin or be a part of a community, to put roll your hands up and put your fingers into something, or even a way to massage and love on Girl Let's Go. Like, hey, I got time, I can do that. I would love to be a part. Come on over to girlletsgo.com, hit the swim up bar, and go ahead and reserve space. There are several different pools available. So if you're living abroad, there's a group for that. If you are booked on a trip and you want to connect with other travelers, there's a group for that. So there's all kinds of different groups, and of course the main swim up bar. And as we, define and see what everybody likes and is conversating about, engaging in, we'll switch up the groups and everything. But we also always have the opportunity to take it live. So you definitely want to head over to the Showtime tab at girlletsgo.com as well, so you can check the show times. But this is testing right here. I've been testing for the last couple months, testing the studio, testing the features, testing the vibe, testing how I wanted to make this dream come true, and also share it with each of you. So I'm showing up every day to pop my shit, to tell you about Girl Let's Go, to tap into world conversations, also to be present for family and friends, to allow you to, just have regular conversation with me like we normally do. And those of you who don't know me, to ask questions or to get to know me. So this long flight right here is me sharing my entire workday almost with you, or at least as much as I'm going to share for the moment. So it's a little scattered, a little drawn out, but it's really recorded for the replay. I'm looking for the comments, I'm looking for the shares, for the engagement, for the likes, for the thoughts, but also for the support and the alignment. I said support is not one of the things I'm asking for this year. You can support on your own or not, whatever that means to you. But alignment, oh, that's something totally different. And I'm standing in expectation, in expectancy, um, in expectation of different things happening. And it's just really nice to see how, when you just stop and stand, the things that you have manifested and attracted, when they finally start coming into fruition and knocking on your door. So, yeah, I talked my way all the way through that little countdown at the gate call. Um, but that's okay. I just got really excited as I was talking about the swim up bar, and it kind of screwed me up. So I'm gonna go ahead and fall back. I'll check and see if I have any comments or anything. But if that sounds like something that you're interested in, or if you've been a part of and waiting to do something, in the realm of building community, Girl Let's Go is looking for you. So Hey y'all, so I'm back. We're getting ready to go ahead and taxi in. Let's go. All right, y'all. So let's talk excursions real quick as our next little chapter here. All right. There we go. All right, I want to talk excursions with you real quick because some of y'all have got down on checking things off on your bucket list through excursions. I'll tell you what, when I first traveled, y'all, and let me talk about when I first traveled. When I say that, I'm saying the very first time I took a vacation, it was truly a vacation for me, but it was also my orientation to this product that I was selling called the world, right? So it basically was a conference and it was in the Dominican Republic. I'd been on the plane many times, for personal family growing up, you know what I'm saying, as a child, um, and also in the military, crossing the waters to places I didn't even know existed and knew, like, really, at 17. So the very first time I took a vacation and went and got a chance to be on someone's beach, or on some sand without an M16, or the worry or fear that some alarms was going to go off. Like, I was greeted by this amazing, beautiful, oh, you can't even dream about it. Pictures don't do it no justice. Awakening every day. Even though I was on a beachfront resort and didn't even know it. I didn't even know there was an expression for that. I didn't know nothing about all inclusive resort. I was probably saying all, exclusive like the rest of us on the side that didn't even know. Whatever the divide is, I was all of that, but I was present. I was there. It was a business trip. It was an investment for me to take a flight to Punta Cana to go and listen to some people speak and inspire me, all the while showing me how amazing the world could be when there's peace and when there is happiness and when people are detaching from whatever it is that's got them or whatever it is that sets them free. So whether it's an excursion or it's your first time out of the country, I don't want to skip over the people who have never had an experience, because that experience of not having an experience is valid here too. I want to talk about it. I want to hear from you. So if you happen to catch the replay, or if you are live right now or whatever, hit the comments, because, like, what was your experience? When I do this segment called Tales from the Trips, I want to not just be able to tell my story, but I also, or my stories, but I also want to be able to, like, hear from y'all and post your pictures and comments, or even have you come into the cockpit and be a part of the show. So I'm showing up every day for the vision, even as that requires me to learn and share that learning process with y'all in the process, because that's what I'm doing. Because if I keep on trying to hold off until I make my coffee, which at 11:58 a.m. in Thailand right now, that just occurred for me within the last 60 minutes. No, it shouldn't be like that. I remember when I used to have my coffee ready, you know what I'm saying, at 4, like spring chicken is gone. This soft life, as it's unraveling for me, although it's been a very rough landing, let's get that straight, on so many different levels. But the end result is that it is actually okay that I rest up and that I execute the things that are manifesting, even if that means that I gotta get dressed with y'all in the process because I woke up like this. And we did get to the brushing of the teeth part. We did get to the coffee, you know what I'm saying? But it's 12. So this is what I like to call Jet Fuel Cafe. It's my day, your night in the States, if that's where you're tuning in from. And so it's kind of neat because I hope that I'm catching the right people because whew, for whatever reason you're tuning in to me or not, at least I'm putting it out there in the atmosphere because I touched on the other day. I touched on building a legacy, and that I was very clear when I came into this industry that my goal was to set out to build a legacy. I opened up the last segment kind of like on the back of what that actually cost me and what that looked like as I sit in a place where I can look at like what was that? The recap is that at this point in my life, I'm looking at it and I'm saying, well, damn, I was a work from home mom. And I did it by way of building two businesses off of the blessings um, that was gifted with. My hands in doing locks, that to be able to open up that chapter again in my life and be able to work with my hands in fellowship, sistership with women, that was such an amazing experience and blessing to be able to do right from the comfort of my own home and to schedule other people's desires and their emergency needs and all of that around the fact that if I needed to be present for my children or my family or myself, I could. But like, what did that actually look like, or what was that experience like for those who are, you know, experiencing me? I think about that sometimes because sometimes it actually comes back at me in different ways, whether it's said or not said, implied, or even if it's just the things that like go off in my own head. Like, but what was that experience like? But if, as we all are ignorant kids at once, right? If the experience is that my mom was always there, but she wasn't present, wouldn't that also be the same or the equivalent as the woman who has to check out of her home before the sun comes up, hit the traffic, go to work? But somebody, whether she has to prepare dinner when she gets home, whether she has to do laundry, whether she has to check homework, whether she has to build her dream, find time for herself, read, study, do whatever that is. I always said that I was very blessed to be able to not have to do that because, yeah, I was present building a legacy. I wasn't just booking trips. Every step of the way, I wove and I incorporated my life, my struggle, my happiness, my learning moments, my down moments, my mental breakdowns, my physical breakdowns, my dreams, my aspirations, and the shit that people just thought I was pumped crazy about because I wouldn't give up. But how do you build a legacy if you're not willing to die trying every day. That one day, that no matter whether you are alive or dead, your kids and your kids' kids have something that's built. Like, I didn't just like start it, I built it and I'm building it to operate without me, which has been like the biggest, hardest, most unrelentless thing of my life. Trying to keep up with the times, trying to keep up with the technology, the requirements, the hashtags, the times a day to post, the things that you're supposed to do and not do and all that. Like, so for those who experience me, and even now how I look back at how I experienced myself, it's like I'm also very blessed to have been able to get to a point in my life where I'm okay with it because it's happening. It's happened. Somebody actually was pissed that I set out to build a legacy for my kids. Can you believe it? That was like the what? Knife in the back, and I never knew it. That's crazy. So, hello world. I've been talking to a lot of silence lately, but I guess that's because I really haven't gotten to a point where I just open up and really share what I'm thinking. Like, I can't build a flyer to tell you this shit. I've been doing that the whole time, and some of y'all won't even like it, click it, share it, or none of that. I need some engagement and didn't even know it. I need to be asking y'all to do certain things and doing more things that don't you know, yesterday I found out that Facebook has their own AI that if I give it some money, it will analyze my page and then begin to do things that if I'm one of the people that don't have the money to do that, I can't even compete with a motherfucker's AI. Being authentic and being straight up and fighting your way through your own personal challenges to show up, to work within the confounds, and to also build a legacy, all the while living it at the same time is both dope as fuck, confusing as hell, one of the greatest joys, and one of the things that I'm bursting to tell y'all about. But time management is something that I really have to design into this new life that I came after. So April 4th, when I wrote that blog on my website, it's called Somewhere Else. So to find it, you will go to girlletsgo.com and I think you type you click on where it says the T. So down in those blogs, down deep in them blogs, April 4th of last year, I wrote a blog for whatever reason, I don't know, because never did, ever did I want to be a blogger. But apparently SEO and somebody else and a lot of other things was like, well, your website needs to have a blog. And so whatever. I ended up being the person that was writing the blog. So I dared to write this article that really challenged um, like the world and how we experience it and where we choose to experience it and how we look at the process of experiencing, whether it's vacationing, moving abroad, or somewhere in between, just navigating, hoping that there is peace, please, everywhere. Because when we can share the world, it's such a beautiful and amazing thing. And I'm so glad to have been a part of that. So for the last decade, I have been building this company called Girl Let's Go. Diehard fan. I am my number one fan. Ain't even gonna lie. Y'all should check it out. If you haven't, it I don't even care. Just look at what I've been building. And yes, I need help. I need alignment more than anything, but I'm not asking for that. It's already coming to me. And that's the beautiful part about it. Every time the phone has rang, every time a door has opened up, every time the world has shifted, every time things has happened, every time I went through a bump, a brick wall, a setback, 2 feet back, a stumble, a fall, everything. I have been navigating through the process of showing y'all and telling y'all, don't give up. Don't give up on your dream. No matter who sees it, no matter what the sales say, no matter what the views say, the statistics say, nothing. Know why you started and know what that why is. I don't know. I was supposed to talk about something totally different today, but I'm proud of myself for allowing myself to even go there and to say the things that I said and to speak on into the depths of things that I have. Because this is typically the things that people who are close to me get. I know a lot of people, but that's only because by grace and by blessing, I have been able to live my life in a way that has serviced women in particularly, whether it has been in hair, their hair and appearance, their fitness, their relationship, their businesses. There's so many different ways. And I don't know, I just always gravitated to women. Every company that I've owned has always been centered on that. And so I think at this time, no matter how the world develops and what else is introduced and whatever the requirements are, I'm to the point I kind of don't care. I just want to talk about the shit that I've done and built and pop my shit. You know what I'm saying? And invite y'all to do the same. Um, so I guess I'll stop there. Let me see. I might check the comments and go through it, or I might say that for another segment because although I've enjoyed this, and I hope that it hit somewhere for someone, um, I do want to get to my date. I have to my objectives. You know what I'm saying? They're posted all over the wall. Things that need to happen, trips that need to be booked. We have welcomed two new destination darlings to the Girl Let's Go family. So I'm really excited about that. And I'm out here being my biggest vocal piece. Um, and I'm daring it to work. I'm daring it to work in the sense that it's not so much if you build it, they will come. Cause that's not how it works, let me tell you. But if you don't tell the story, who will? So with that, I'm gonna go ahead and tune myself out and just leave no, that's the wrong way to do it. Just leave the screen up. We can take it back to the original topic, which was excursions and how that has tipped you off or tipped your vacation off or taken it to the next level. So, again, whether you have ever traveled in your life and you would like to take a vacation and check something off of your bucket list, or you want to drop a picture, experience, comment, do so. But make sure you go to girlletsgo.com and tune in somewhere because I promise you something that I said today will show up and be an aha moment for you in such a way. So whether it's a shirt, whether it's a saying, whether it's a journal, whether it's the story, whatever it is, find yourself there and yeah, let the journey begin. Hey y'all, so if you are just tuning in or catching me on the feed on your replay, um, we just had a very powerful sesh, y'all. I have to give it to myself. We actually went there down in the jungle deep. So anyway, I wanted to come in and share with y'all. I'm approving right now something that is so sweet, so on time. So luckily for y'all, it looked like it's going to take about 15 minutes for it to download on my end, but stick around. Also, I wanted to check with you. Did you get the playlist that I made for y'all yesterday for Jet Fuel Cafe? Y'all, the playlist was amazing. Even Babe was like, yo, this shit, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So definitely if you were up, oh, it's ready now, y'all. Okay, so now how do I get it from this computer to that computer? Mhm. Okay, yeah. So let me go ahead and work on that and we'll get started in a few. All right, y'all, turn me up in the headphones because look at me looking all great in this bucket list baddie behavior. Yes, I'm cute. I must say, I designed it myself. I've been pushing and promoting this on Facebook, but y'all really ain't been fucking with me for real. So I'm over on here on TikTok trying to do my thing, put it out there. Go ahead and give me a like or follow, or give me a purchase, a buy, a share, a something. Put it under someone's Christmas tree, Black Friday coming up, whatever. But let me know that you're feeling this because I'm walking on faith and I'm looking cute with it, with this bucket list baddie behavior. And I need your support. Let's go. Anyway, that wasn't what I was getting ready to show y'all. Just a little commercial break. That's all. Stick around. Okay. Y'all need help asking me questions in the feed? You should have questions about this picture right here. And if you do, go ahead and comment something and let me know that you saw it, caught it on the replay, whatever that might have been. But I got stories to tell about this right here. Personal size chitlins, y'all. Large intestines, yes. I never thought that was a thing. I didn't think that that was something that I would roll up on. You know what I'm saying? We do chitlins differently. You know what I mean? In the states, or at least how I experienced it. Like we do chitlins by the bucket. I ain't expect to roll up on chitlins that was personal size. So when I was actually taking this picture, when I first got to Thailand, I'm taking a picture like, because it's awkward. It wasn't until sometime later that I rolled up on the serving of said personal sized chitterlings on a stick. Okay, grilled. I did not expect that. So it just really showed me how different and worlds apart we are. I'll be sharing some food experiences, not necessarily in the show, but just on my timeline somewhere in different places whenever I have time to show it and think about it. Because I also got to live too, and this should be like time consuming like hell. But in any case, when we get around to it, let me know how the chitlins. Put something up in the comments to let me know I should round back to this on the show. But yeah, it really, like, I'll be sharing some food experiences with y'all because having a sidekick and having her prepare meals, I'm thankful that she loves cooking so much that she's willing to explore different things. And so she comes with what she already knows. You know what I mean? Having worked with different families of different ethnicities, like how wide the world is, we have to remember that sometimes we're very closed-minded in thinking that the world evolves around us, right? Because my nanny, my sidekick, she's worked with all kinds of clients from different nationalities and different, things. So she's well versed when it comes to cooking. And I find it dope as hell, a savior like no other, and such a blessing that she also knows how to cook a lot of foods that we, as they would say, Westerners eat. Okay. I ain't asked her for no chitlins, but I'm saying we've had some experiences at the table that have been very, very funny, very enlightening, very a lot of things right at the table as we're sitting amongst different um, beliefs. I'm in a family where people don't eat pork, don't eat cow, don't eat fish, don't eat this, and also have whatever, it could be like acid reflux, you know what I mean, as a side effect, or it could be headaches as in this. My sidekick, she's like, okay, here, eat the papaya. Damn the fact that when when Bay was like, how do you eat it? She was like, what? Like, you don't know how to bust open a papaya? I'm like, damn, I only got it served at the restaurants for real. You know what I mean? I never. But anyway, we've had some very expansive conversations and experiences at the table. So if you've had some experiences that you want to share, you want to talk about, you can jump into the cockpit with me, either by reaching out. You can call in. If you have a way to reach me already, you can just tap in, and you will be able to hear you. You know what I'm saying? But if you actually want to come into the studio with me, where dreams come true are for girls like you. And gentlemen, you're welcome to tap in as well. Okay. But it's open. So I'm gonna go ahead and get back to work. Leave these chitterlings up for conversation, for scroll stoppers, for the replay. But what meals, what experiences have you taken on in the different areas that you live that you didn't expect? And I'm going to dig through and find some of that footage of how I've seen these chitlins, turn up, along with some other parts of some animals. Because why spare? You know what I'm saying? Why are we throwing away good meat? So yeah, I've learned to almost not even be surprised anymore. Just, you accept the fact that, hey, even my sidekick, when I offered, I was saying something like, yeah, maybe we'll, cook something for her one day. But as she expressed to me, she's tried many things before and she just didn't like it. Um, and that really made me realize how sometimes I have gotten to the point where it's like, damn, I just really want this. I wish that getting this dish, whatever that is, was just a hop, skip, and jump down the road. No matter how open you may be to eating different types of foods and sampling, and even living in a place where I live, which is acclaimed as the like number one spot for culinary, chefs. And there, I just watched some street food vendors who are Michelin star restaurant owners right here on the streets. Like, please don't get it twisted. The only thing that you really are depriving yourself from is the openness that a delicious taste can come from a place that looks different than how you could have ever imagined it, and that they could actually hold and possess the same credentials as, the five-star Michelin chef restaurant experience that you got on, say, your Virgin Voyages cruise, because Virgin Voyages has Michelin star chefs on their cruises as well. Right? When you know what you're paying for, it kind of makes sense. Like, you're like, okay, hey, I'm not the buffet type person to be on a cruise. So, I really struggle with cruise foods. Okay, well, maybe I might take my vacationing experience to a new level. Maybe I might try something other than Carnival, or something other than the low price leader in whatever I'm choosing to consider for my next trip. Because I've seen people ask for the low price leader on a lot of things. And everybody's level of comfort and what they're willing to pay for and experience is different. right? So if you're just now tuning in, let me not get too far deep. I'm around back to these chitlins and time myself out because I can go deep in the heartbeat just because I'm proud of myself for being able to hold this monologue because y'all don't seem to be doing jack crap. Let me check one more time up over here if I have any new comments. I know Booster Bait and gave me a whole paper. Oh, he didn't took the paper back and wrote some more stuff on there, y'all. To help me, so I can come up with some shorts and some contents and different things of that nature. But Jet Fuel Cafe, this one right here, this show in particular right here, I don't do it every day. But it is recorded for the long content. It is recorded for the replay. And for cheersing to the fact that if I keep waiting for things to be perfect or to get all the stuff together to talk about chitlins that I ate one day, that was on a stick, you know what I mean? That was actually sold in a personal sized package that I didn't know anything about. Like it was like crazy how it happened. But anyway, like then we'll never get to it. So I share this space with y'all as I'm supposed to be also tuning into my other computer over here and getting stuff done because stuff is rolling, things are happening, and yeah, we moving. So thank y'all so much for tuning in and for the alignment and for the ideas, the comments, just all of that. I'm excited. Let me get up out of here and let y'all taxi in. Come on, y'all. Where this what I meant to do. All right, y'all. It has been nice. It's also been a nice challenge to not only get this content recorded, learn a couple things in the process. I'll also be taking on the challenge of learning the mobile view. That's a whole nother thing. But in between time, I invite you all again to take a look at girlletsgo.com. That is a website that really connects the dots between the moment with Misha's, where I get a chance to really just be myself and share myself outside of what people know me as a beautician, what people know me as a travel agent, but the legacy that I've been building. And getting to a place in my life where I have at least a foundation, or I've been in pursuit of the foundation, a foundation to build a softer life, to actually sit down and tell a couple stories. So I got stories to tell and t-shirts to sell. And also I have a dream that is manifesting in such a beautiful way. And I'm really excited to be on the receiving end of it and to be able to sit down and take a closer look, put my glasses on and say, okay, this is how we're going to do this. And if I take the time to dedicate this way, and I can also share the space with y'all this way just a little bit and let you in, we can have some amazing conversations, some amazing experiences, and make some amazing things happen. I'm probably not going to use the word amazing too much more, or at least I'm going to try not to. But I invite you to just go and find a place and space within girlletsgo.com. Create your profile. It's free, don't cost you nothing. Um, Join us in the swimming bar. I'm not sure if that's just going to be only travel. Like, I really want to dig deep into some conversations and be the first person to say, "Hey, man, just just keep it real. Just tell me, let's talk about it, because there's some interesting things that's going on in this world, that's going on, shifts and movements in life, and just even having girl talk on random topics sometimes. I think that's going to be so super dope. So I'm not sure to which degree we'll have it, but I do know there's several pools in the swimming bar. So find what works for you. I know there's a somewhere else. So if you're living abroad somewhere else, there's a group for you. If you're having hair struggles, like how I've been wanting to talk about this lock that I lost, which I've never been the I lost a lock type girl. Like, I started off with 486 locks. So for me, even though I have thin hair, I always had thin hair. Losing a lock was just not going to be my day breaker. But this one right here, this one that I lost right here in Thailand, y'all, this one, this one made me think that something must be done. You feel me? So when I noticed that my sidekick Aim had this right here, right, I'm like, yo, they might be onto something. Like, it's a good thing that I didn't pack nothing, no hair care for real. Like, I did, but like I didn't stress over it. Like, I came out here and forgot my edge control. Well, the bottle that I grabbed was empty. That's what it was. But anyway, you know what I mean? Like, I'm up in the 7-Eleven and I'm looking at their hair care products and I'm like, they might know a thing or two. I might need to adapt to something or do something, because I have a feat on my hands if we're going to start the journey off like this. You know what I mean? Because at this point, I've pretty much outgrown my color. Ain't no reason for locks to be chopping off like that. So when my girl called me the other day and texted me talking about she lost a lock, I really felt her on that. She just don't know how bad I felt her on that. But I had some things going on. The world was doing some crazy things. I had visas and all kinds of things that needed to take my attention. So I really didn't get a chance to talk to her too much about it. But baby, well, we did. It's like, yeah, this is gonna be a challenge. So what are you using while you're either traveling or living abroad? There's different groups for different things. If you're booked on a trip, there's a group for you, so you can go ahead and mingle with the people that are in your bar. If you're on one of our celebrate with me trips, where you going with somebody or you're sharing a date with somebody, it tells you It tells you how many people it takes to open up your y'all's personal bar. So get with whoever you're celebrating with, and y'all make that happen. And go ahead, because listen, it's already there. Why not? Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get to my day. I think I've done enough sharing. This has been a long flight edition, but definitely touched on a lot of things and got a chance to figure a lot of things out in the process. So look forward to it being whatever. Bye.